Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speedrunning video, or welcome to the channel if you are new here. So in today's video I am back building in Newcrest, which I haven't built in Newcrest in over a year. It's been such a long time, and it's actually really funny because for a long time on my channel I was just producing Newcrest builds. Like pretty much every single video was a Newcrest build because I love building in this world. But I haven't actually built here since I think July of 2019, so it's been a while, but I'm back and I'm really excited to share this house with you guys. So I did build this house for my save file, and if you're familiar with my channel or you've watched a few of my videos before, then you'll know that for my save I'm trying to make it so all of the houses in the individual neighborhoods look very similar or look like they've been built at the same time. So for instance, what I determined to be the starter neighborhood of Willow Creek, I tried to make all the houses in that neighborhood look like they were built at the same time. Maybe it was the same wallpapering that I used on the exterior, maybe it's the same roof tiles, or maybe it's just kind of like the same structure of the house, like the houses look very similar but they're also different because I don't want replicas of the same house. That is something that I've been doing in all the individual neighborhoods in all the different worlds for my save file, and I already did have the two 20x15 lots in my save. So one of them I believe is actually my last video that I did in Newcrest, which was in like July of last year, and it was my 18,000 simoleon starter house. Now that I've actually changed a little bit because I've decided to change the way that I'm going to be doing my starter houses in my save file, and I just kind of want to change them up a bit. I don't want you to be able to move into a starter house in my save file and it be completely kitted out with all the different furniture and decorations, and I want to make the starter houses so they are just the bare basics. And so I'm also thinking I might do this with a few other houses that aren't starter houses. So maybe if your sim in my save file was to move into a starter house after a little bit of time, they develop some money and they want to move out but then they don't know where to move into, I feel like I might do a few empty shells as well with just the bare basic furnishing. I've been thinking about that a lot recently, so you let me know in the comment section down below if that's something which you think is a good idea or not. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I wanted to make all the starter houses in my save file just to be the bare basics. Now another creator has actually done this. Simlissy has actually done this before. If you guys are not familiar with her, she's one of my favorite builders in the whole entire world for The Sims. I just absolutely love her and all of her videos, so I'll link her channel in the description box down below. But it's also something that they did in The Sims 3, which I've been playing a lot of Sims 3 recently. I love The Sims 3, but it's something they did in The Sims 3 and I just think it's such a good idea. So the current starter houses that I did have, I actually just removed all of the personal touches, so all of the decorations, and it's basically just the kitchen and the bathroom, or bathrooms if there is several. But that is for the 18,000 starter house, which is just behind this house. And then the other house which neighbours the starter house is a single mum bungalow, which I absolutely love as well. And the kind of similarities to this lot, or to this lot to them, is actually the structure of the house. Now with them two small little builds, they're quite small. They have this white paneling and they've got a little pop out in the roof. I love doing pop outs in roofs. I just think it looks so nice. Half the time I don't even have a room upstairs. I know some people don't like that, but sometimes my houses are too small to put a room upstairs because it would just be so difficult to actually put them up there. But something that I really wanted to do was try and replicate the look of that house within this house. And I was actually on Pinterest the other day and I was just scrolling through and I saw this picture of a house and I just saw it and I just thought that house needs to be built in this neighborhood of Newcrest because it already matched the two other houses which I'd previously built, and it also had this same little pop out of the roof, and I just loved it. And so yeah, I did actually have an inspiration picture when I was building this. If I can find it, I'll try and put a picture up on the screen now so you can kind of see what I was looking at when I was building this, just to give you a bit of an idea. But talking about the house a little bit, so this house does have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Now there is actually a home office in this lot, so if you wanted another bedroom, maybe you want you to download this house off the gallery and you needed an extra bedroom for an extra family member, you can definitely make that happen by just deleting the home office and making it into a bedroom. It is in the bedroom section of this house because I've kind of sectioned it to be the kind of like living and communal area, and then the bedrooms are off to one side. So it is in the like kind of bedroom district if you want, but I decided to make it a home office because I already knew the Sims that I wanted to live in here for my save file, and that family doesn't need 3 bedrooms, they only needed 2. The household that I actually imagine are going to live in this house for my save file are actually based off, or they're kind of inspired by characters in my favourite TV show, which I'm sure some of you have possibly watched or maybe just heard of if you haven't watched it, but it is the show Modern Family. It is such a popular show, so I'll be quite surprised if some of you have never even heard of it, but I absolutely love the show. I'm obsessed with watching it, and I particularly love the family of Cam, Mitch and Lily. I absolutely love Cam. He is my favourite character throughout the whole entire show. I think he is the funniest, and yeah, I was just really inspired by their family to replicate a family like them in the game, and not even just them as like a couple and their daughter. I was actually more thinking about their personalities. I really like the idea that one of them is a lawyer and is really hard working, and the other one is very just stay at home, loves loads of different activities like arts and crafts and baking. I just love the idea, and so I really wanted to kind of create a household inspired by them characters of the show. They are absolutely my favourite. I love them so much, and so yeah, they were definitely my main point of inspiration when I was thinking about the household that was going to live in this house, mainly probably because I watch it so much that the whole entire storyline is always in my head playing on repeat, and so that's probably where the inspiration to build a house for them came into it. But anyway, as you can see, I've actually moved on into the garden. Now for some reason, and I don't know why, the garden took me so long to do. I redid the garden I think about 3 times. I don't know why. I kept on moving things here and there and I wasn't happy with it, and then in the end the original placement that I actually did ended up being the placement of the items. You'll see what I mean in a moment, but currently I am just adding a table and chairs into the back garden. This is actually the thing that I move around the most. I did decide to cut it out though because it ended up being the exact same placement in the end, but I went for this table and chairs and then the base game barbecue. At the very end I actually do change that barbecue to be the other base game barbecue because we have 2. We have a slightly smaller one and then a bigger one, and like the bigger one's 2 tiles and the smaller one is just 1 tile, and so I just thought it'd be nicer to add the bigger barbecue as their family in the actual TV show is quite a large family, and I'm thinking I might actually try and replicate the rest of the family tree into my save file at some point. I don't think I'm going to keep any of them like their original names. I don't think I'm going to actually call them, you know, Cam and Mitch, and I think I will actually change the names, but they are very much going to be heavily inspired by the characters in Modern Family just because I absolutely love the show. But as you can see, I did actually add a little playground area. As this household does actually have a toddler, I really wanted there to be some playground equipment in the garden. Maybe on sunny days the toddler likes to come out here and maybe even go in the little paddling pool, which I actually also added into this garden, which I don't actually feel like I ever use. I don't know why, but I feel like I never actually add it into my builds. But there is also a little paddling pool as well. There is a lot of planters for your Sims to do a lot of gardening, and there is also the flower arranging table in the corner as well. And yeah, I'm just going around now and I'm finishing it up, adding some grass into the back garden. Something that I actually really like to do quite often is actually add mud underneath like floor tiles just to give it a little bit more shadow and a little bit more depth. I just really like the look of it, and it's been something that I've been doing in the game for a long time. But now I am just going around and adding some lighting to the exterior. Of a night time, this house looks so beautiful. It's just lit up so nicely and I just really like it. Also, you might be able to see the actual railings that I actually used on both the front of the house and the back of the house are actually ones from Vampire Stuff, or not Vampire Stuff, the Vampire Game Pack, the Vampire Game Pack, which surprised me because this is kind of like a little happy suburban home and I'm using furniture from vampires, and so it was quite surprising, but I actually really do like the railing that actually comes with vampires. I think it's so nice. It's just a simple black railing. It comes in a few different swatches as well. I can't remember how many swatches it actually comes in, but I just really liked the black railing in this house, and it actually quite surprised me that I actually used the vampire's railing because I feel like I never actually use it. But anyway, moving on, I've started furnishing the inside of this house. Like always, I did the wallpapering and flooring off camera. It takes me way too long, and I did actually decide to start with the lounge room. So in the lounge room, the wallpaper that I went for was in this green swatch, and it's from Base Game, and I was actually able to match it with this eco lifestyle sofa, which I was so happy about, because it actually the sofa comes in so many different swatches, but there was actually 2 swatches that matched the wallpaper really, really nicely. There was one swatch where the whole entire sofa was the green colour and it had this kind of white throw over the top of it, and then there was the swatch that I've used, which is the white swatch with the green throw or blanket thrown over the top of it, and the swatches look so similar, and I was really, really happy that I was able to make them actually look like they were purposely like matched. So the Sims wanted the wallpaper to match the blankets and the throws. I was just really, really happy with it. But the Eco Lifestyle sofa doesn't actually come in a 2-seater swatch, or not 2-seater swatch, a 2-seater sofa. So I actually matched it with the ones that we got from Tiny Living Stuff, and then the matching Tiny Living Stuff armchairs. As they're just like white and cream, I just felt like they went really, really nicely. But now moving on, as you can see, I'm now just doing it the little hallway, the entrance into the house. I wanted to keep it quite clean, not too cluttered, but I feel like I did actually maybe clutter it up a little bit too much. But I wanted there to be somewhere where maybe just before the toddler goes out, or maybe before anyone goes out, they can just sit down and put their shoes on. There's a little bench that I used. I used one from Base Game. There is actually so many different benches that I could have used, but I felt like this one went the best. There is also just like a little coffee table. Your Sims can come in, throw their keys down, you know, hang their coat and scarf and stuff up and put their shoes away. And even though your Sims don't actually interact with these objects apart from the little sofa, I just still like adding them into my builds for realism. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the dining room in this build. Something that I noticed was I actually used quite a lot of Eco Lifestyle in this build. So if you want to download this off the gallery, I would highly recommend you having Eco Lifestyle in your game, because I used quite a lot of the objects and like decorations and stuff throughout the whole entire build. The dining room table and the chairs and the rug is actually all from Eco Lifestyle, and then 2 of the wall decorations that I just used were actually from Eco Lifestyle as well. So there's definitely a lot of Eco Lifestyle in this build, but as you can see, I'm just going around and cluttering it up. I added a little rug underneath the table. I really like this square rug that we've got with Eco Lifestyle. It's become one of my favourites and kind of like a staple, what I feel like I'm going to use in all of my rooms. Or not in all of my rooms, in all of my builds, just because it's such a nice rug and it comes in some really nice neutral swatches. But as you can see, I'm just kind of jigging everything about so it was easy to get to. And now I'm actually moving on. I've started furnishing the kitchen. For the kitchen, I actually used some Base Game counters, which I actually really, really like this colour swatch of the counters. I don't know why I don't normally go for it, but also I just remembered that we're actually getting new counters with the new expansion pack, which is coming out. I can't remember the date. It's either the 11th or the 13th of November, but I'm really excited for the new expansion pack. I don't even think I've spoken about it in this video, but yeah, we're getting Snowy Escape, and I noticed in the trailer that we're actually getting new counters for kitchens, which is very exciting. I know that I'm not the only person that is so excited about that. I feel like everyone wants new counters for the game. But anyway, as you can see, I just went around and cluttered up the kitchen. I added a little tiny little island in the middle of it, just because it was a square and I wanted to add something else to it. Here you're going to see me play around with these posters for a long time. Now I kind of imagine them to be prints from an online shop, like, I don't know, like Desenio or something. It's kind of what I was thinking in my head, and on them kind of websites that you can buy prints online, you can have different ones for kitchens, and so that was the kind of inspiration for why I put some, I ended up with vegetable prints. It's just kind of saying what all the different vegetables are. I just really liked the idea of it, so I decided to add it into the kitchen. But as you can see, I've just now moved on. I've started furnishing the bathroom. The bathroom, there is only one bathroom in this house, like I did mention, but it's quite small, it's quite basic. I used the Parenthood wallpapering and then a Base Game floor tile, and then the bath, I feel like I haven't used that bath in a really long time, but I might be wrong. It's that one that we got with Seasons, and I believe when we first got Seasons, I used to use this bath in literally every single one of my bathrooms because I was so obsessed with it. It comes in so many lovely swatches. But yeah, I just feel like I haven't used this bathtub in a long time, considering I used to use it literally in every single one of my builds. But as you can see, I'm just adding a blind, and I just do want to mention I did actually make that half wall. Originally I had a half wall that was a really tall one, and I actually switched it out to be a shorter half wall because I felt like it was blocking the view of the bathroom a little bit, so I did just switch it out to be a smaller half wall. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the bedrooms, and I started with the toddler's bedroom. I love this bedroom so much. It is like my favourite toddler's bedroom I've ever done. I did actually do a toddler's bedroom quite recently in my Dream Lake house build, which it was a vacation home, so I couldn't actually properly decorate it as if someone was fully living there all the time, as it was a vacation home. But in this build, I actually got to decorate a toddler's bedroom with all the eco lifestyle stuff and actually clutter it up, because with vacation homes I feel like you can't clutter them up too much because so many different Sims come and go throughout the houses. But yeah, I'm so obsessed with this bedroom. I just think it is the most adorable thing ever. I actually use a lot of the eco lifestyle stuff in this bedroom, like the bed, the little dollhouse which we've got in the cardboard swatch, which I just think is so cute. I put it right in front of the windows, which I just really love this bedroom. And as you can see, I'm very much cluttering up this chest of drawers with so many different toys that we got with Nifty Knitting. With Nifty Knitting, we got so many different toys in so many different swatches, and so it was quite hard for me to choose which ones I was actually going to use. But I think I actually ended up using pretty much every single toy, but not in every single swatch, because otherwise the whole room would just be filled. But anyway, moving on, as you can see, I've now moved on to the home office. So like I said, the Sims I imagine are going to live in this house, or what I'm going to create to live in this house, are based off 2 Sims from a TV show. And in the TV show, one of them is a lawyer, and I really wanted to carry that over into my save file and make one of the Sims that are going to live in this house to be a lawyer. And so they needed a home office, and so this is the room that if you wanted to download this house and you didn't actually want a home office and you wanted another bedroom, you could very much easily just make this into another bedroom. But I wanted to make it into an office. As you can see, I'm just cluttering up these shelves that just are above the little desk area with the computer. I do add this little corkboard and add some little postcards. I was about to say post-it notes then, but postcards. I also do add the eco lifestyle. It's a shelf object. I don't think it's a bookcase, but I just really like the look of it and like the decoration of it. So I also did add that, and you'll see me go in and cluster that up with a few books and stuff. Now I did also add the washing machine and tumble dryer into this house. If your Sims don't want to play with laundry, you can 100% just delete it, but I didn't really know what else to put into this room as it was quite a big office. It just kind of felt very empty, so I do actually play around with it in a little while. I think I actually end up adding the My First Pet stuff, like rodent cage, so you can have like a rat or a hamster, or I can't even remember the other one. I know there's a rat, there's a hamster, I think there's a hedgehog, and I think there might be a little like sheep or something. I can't remember, I haven't played with it in a while. But anyway, moving on, I've moved to the last room in this house, which is the parents' bedroom. Now in the parents' bedroom, I decided to go for this eco lifestyle bed, which I love this bed. I feel like I'm saying I love this item a lot, but I love a lot of the items that I've recently just got with all the different packs. But I really do like this bed that we got from Eco Lifestyle. I'm pairing it with these cats and dogs not chest of drawers, side tables. They're definitely not chest of drawers. I'm pairing it with the cats and dogs side tables, which actually kind of surprised me because the swatches are very, very similar, but they're from 2 completely different packs that we got from like years apart. So it's quite surprising that the swatches of woods actually match pretty much perfectly. As you can see, originally I did actually go for a green swatch because I wanted it to match the lounge room, because the lounge room was kind of like a cream and a green, and it was a similar swatch of the green to the lounge sofa. I feel like I'm rambling on a bit here, but I just kind of wanted the whole room to match the lounge room in a way, but I ended up deciding to change it anyway to this really nice baby blue. As you can see, I did also use the Eco Lifestyle little chest of drawers, and I was going in and cluttering up with a few flowers, some folded t-shirts, a photo frame, a bowling trophy thing, some aftershave, and just a little bit of clutter just to add a little bit more realism into the game. I'm also just going to finish off this room now. I added a hamper because I realised I didn't actually have a hamper anywhere else in the build, and you need one if your Sims have a washing machine and a tumble dryer, otherwise they're just going to leave dirty clothes all over the place. But anyway guys, I have actually reached the end of this voiceover. As you can see, I'm just come back to the exterior of this house, and I'm adding a few more final touches and some wall decorations of flowers and some flower box planters to go underneath the windows. But yeah, anyway guys, I have actually reached the end of this voiceover. So as always, you can download this house via the gallery. My origin ID is JessicapieYT, or you can just search for the hashtag JessicapieYT, or just the hashtag Jessicapie. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you do like my content and you do like my videos, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speedbuilding video. Bye guys.